Tables. Okay, tables are used for data. So let's insert a table. Now, I'm going to say this in Word. Go to Insert, Table. I'm going to select a 3 by 3. Please don't use Draw Table, it renders as a graphic. Right here, I'm going to, let's say, what's your color here? Blue,
Blue gold.
blue gold, okay. We'll use gold this time. Right. That other color from down the road. Okay, so tables in Word, you can only make one type of an accessible table. That is a simple table to where all you have are headers for the columns. That's it. You cannot do a complex table in Word. In other words, you have headers for columns and headers for rows. That you have to either use the accessibility features of creating that in Excel and import it, or use an HTML document. For HTML, if you're doing any editing in HTML, the best way to do this is accessify Accessible Table Creator. That is an awesome tool. It'll literally walk you through the steps of how you're laying out your table. Complex, it doesn't matter. You go through, you create your complex table, and then it creates the HTML for you. Then all you have to do is copy the HTML, and as long as you're comfortable with the little brackets down there on the right-hand corner in D2L with the editor, and know where to paste this into the HTML that exists in the page already, you're done. It's awesome. So make sure that you reference that at some point, and we actually have it referenced in here under the standards. Okay? So, now, in Word, to make this a simple accessible table, there's a couple of different things we can do. But specifically what I'm going to do, because most of us are used to doing highlighting, and we might want to do something different with this as well. We don't like the look because it doesn't look like headers, because as I deal with the structure here and identify this as a header, it doesn't change the way it looks. So in my case, I'm going to do a right click, go to Table Properties, then go to Row. Everybody follow me? Got it? Then you want to select Repeat as Header Row. That's identifying that as those column headers. Right. It's kind of confusing, but it's a row, but that is your row that is headers across all those columns. Then the next thing I want to do is go to Alt Text and then put in description a summary of what that table represents. Now, the only people that are going to get access to any alt description done like this is those individuals using screen readers. The reason why I put the summary is it's just a basic summary of what the table represents. We have a table specifically for, 20 lines, simple, or 20 rows, simple table. The thing is that basic summary allows that individual to come back to that table and know, okay, there's basically, this is what this table discovers or does, this is what it represents. I'm just going to bypass it, or I'm going to go ahead and come back into it. They'll know it the first time, and the reason why this is so important is while it identifies it for them the first time as well, the second time it provides them an easier way to manipulate the document. Does that make sense? So you're identifying it the first time anyway, but the second time it makes it easier for them to navigate it just like the rest of us. We would visually understand what the table represents. An individual using a screen reader would not. they will use that description to tell them that's what this table represents. So whatever, and it doesn't have to be long. Remember, 125, 150 characters, if we can keep it within that, that would be great. Okay. And then once you get done with that, then click OK. Then now you have the headers. Now I left that highlighted because I'm going to go ahead and bold them, and let's say I'm going to use a different color. There we go. Notice I'm using color, but that's not my only method. What did I do other than bold, right? Okay, so this is a header. I'm completely making the meeting standard with this, right? Okay,